Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Catherine and this is So Much Sewing. This channel, as the name suggests, is all about sewing. So if you are as obsessed as I am with sewing, I hope you'll stick around. If this is your first time here, you're very welcome. I hope, but before you leave, you will click the subscribe button, the notification bell, and give me a like. That would be amazing, thank you. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you very much for coming back to see me today, to see the next installment of this. This is the sundress by the Maker's Atelier. I think it was 2 videos ago now I said to you, I haven't lost my sojo, but I just can't figure out what on earth to make. I've got so many options open to me and I couldn't decide what to make. So I asked you lovely people, I just picked a fabric. It was really almost a case of any fabric as a starting point. And I showed you a bunch of options and I said, tell me what you think I should make out of this. And this is a cotton Lady McElroy. It does have some stretch in it, so I can't really remember what the makeup is, but yeah, Lady McElroy cotton with a little bit of stretch in it. And the winning vote by 1 vote was the Maker's Atelier dress and the sundress, so that is what I made. And I mean, you can see it sitting here, but guys, it's a disaster. It probably looks okay there because I've got it sitting all nice on the mannequin, the shoulders are all sitting nice, but it's a blimmin' disaster. I'll film some footage in a minute and pop it in for you and explain exactly what is wrong with it. If I turn it around to make it sit all nice on the shoulders, it makes it all sort of baggy and loose in the back here. If I make that sit across the back the way it should, nice and flat across the back, then the shoulders in the front go crazy. So I don't know if I did something wrong or if there's something up with the pattern. I just don't know. There we are. I've just fixed the shoulders up again because I couldn't stand seeing it all bunched up like that there. I don't know. I had built this pattern up as something very special. I had built the Maker's Atelier up as a very special, fancy pattern company. I don't know, you know, there's sort of, I don't know for you anyway, in my mind there are sort of different tiers of pattern companies. There are those who make sort of basic, easy to wear, knock them out, you know, like that kind of patterns. And then there are other pattern designers who do more elaborate patterns, a bit more sort of couture. And I just had built the Maker's Atelier up into that category, and that may well be exactly what they are, and there might be nothing wrong with this pattern at all, but for some reason for me it just turned into a disaster. The sleeve head just wouldn't go in properly. Yeah, I mean, it was, you know, easy enough construction. There's bias binding around the neck here, and there's darts. Where are they? Darts here coming from the shoulder. So I know this is the front, but to me it sort of fits like the back, and I know it's designed to be high here, but there's just, it's so wide across here, and you'll see when I show it to you on my body, it sits out so wide across here, it almost is like it's the back. Yeah, I don't know where I went wrong. I haven't finished the hemline on it. It does have that sort of V, the split in the back, and you're supposed to put draw cord in and a little toggle. I haven't done that. There's just no way I can wear this. I'm not prepared to wear it. I don't know how that could be fixed. I'm not even interested in fixing it. And nobody needs to feel bad if you did vote for this pattern. You know, no need to feel bad about the outcome, because I really wanted to make this pattern and I was always going to make it at some point. I mean, I bought the pattern. Sometimes we buy patterns and we don't get around to making them for months and months, if not years, but I had that in my stash and I always intended to make it. So yeah, just one of those things. I can't explain it. I have seen some people in a couple of comments in my video where I talked about this did say that it's quite big on the shoulders, and I had seen that somewhere else, that it made up a little large, but I don't think it's because it's big in the shoulders. I think that the back here, I think there's not enough fabric through here, so it falls off your shoulder. You know, a lot of patterns for dresses and tops, when they've got a low back like that, they'll have a tie across here to sort of hold it all together. And I think that's what the problem is. I just think, you know, it needs to sit closer in like that and have less fullness here. I just think there's not enough fabric here to keep it on your shoulder. Well, that's my 2 cents worth. You know, I don't pretend to have any great knowledge on pattern making or great technical skills. I'm just a home sewist who, you know, who makes up patterns as they come along to me. So yeah, I've got no great skill in these things, but that's my take on what's up with this. I don't really know what's up with the shoulder and the top of the sleeve. I can't put my finger on what that needs, but if this was, you know, sitting closer in like this, that does actually do a lot to fix that issue on the shoulder there. So I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm going to shout a little bit because my phone is quite a way away, and hopefully you're picking up the sound okay. So there's just many things. Oh, my head's going to get cut off, but oh well, you'll be able to hear me better. So you can see the shoulder issue. I don't know why it's also puckery and huckery. That's what I would say. There's all this going on here. The shoulders, I just feel like I said earlier, it feels like this is the back, even though it's the front. It's got darts down here. It's obviously the front, but it just feels like it's the back. Oh, I just can't put my finger on what's up. And the sleeves feel like they've gone in backwards, even though they haven't. I've put them in the right way round, but they feel like they've gone in backwards because they're not sitting well. Can you see? It's just not sitting nicely at the back at all. And I feel like if I pull this up closer in here, if I pull this around so there's more sort of fabric going towards my spine, then I feel like the shoulders sit a whole lot better. But then you've got all this, I don't know guys, I'm just not feeling it. This is a bit of a strange angle, sorry, it's a bit like Batman, all on funny angles, but so I just wanted to tell you what size I made. I made a size 18 on the top. I graded out to a 20 there. My actual bust measurement is 106, and the bust measurement for an 18 is 106 centimeters. My actual waist measurement at the moment is 96 centimeters, and the waist measurement on a size 20 is a 94 centimeter, and my actual hip is 119, and the hip measurement for a size 20 is 119 centimeters. So basically bang on. These are my actual body measurements here, and so I made the correct size. I feel like it probably does make up a bit larger. I feel like maybe if it was a size smaller all over, maybe that's the secret bullet. Maybe that would make everything sit better. But there's all this bubbling here. I can't be doing with that. So that's a bit of a bummer, isn't it? When you build something up in your mind and you think it's going to be amazing and it turns out badly, whether it's the pattern's fault or whether it's your fault, probably my fault. But, you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But I can salvage this. I do have a fabulous idea. My idea is that I'm going to take it apart. I'm not doing anything with this, guys. I know some people would pull it apart and try and fix it and see where they went wrong and, you know, try and make it a going concern, but I'm not interested in doing that. I'm sorry. What I am going to do though is I'm going to take it apart and use the pieces to make this. The plan is to use the skirt of the Lady McElroy. It's already got the pockets in, and by the way, I didn't actually really like the construction of the pockets either. Having just made, what did I make recently, the Bella dress by Tazuti. It had fabulous, what do you call these, side pockets, what do you call them, inseam pockets. The way they were constructed sat so nicely and tidily, they were beautiful, but these, I didn't like the way they were constructed. But anyway, the pockets are there. So what I'm going to do is just take the skirt off, cut it down the middle, cut what I need to, and use that for the panels down here. I'm not sure how long I'm going to make this yet. I feel like it's probably going to be long. And I will, sorry, I just need to let the cat out. It's been hiding in my wardrobe, sitting on my fabric. I pulled a piece of fabric out yesterday as I was looking around for fabrics to go with this, and I noticed she'd been lying on the bottom shelf and the fabrics that were down there are all covered in cat fur. She's got very, very long fur, so there's a lot of fur, but anywho, the joys of owning a fluffy cat. So I'm going to put some, you know, do some color blocking, fabric blocking. The skirt from this will become these panels here. They've already got inseam pockets in them, so I don't need to worry about constructing those. I'll just pop those panels in there. There's this front panel, and it's the same at the back. There's a straight panel in the front there and in the back. I will extend these sleeves because for myself, I don't like a short sleeve, so I will extend that. And I've cut the pattern pieces out, and what I really like about it is this is the front panel that goes down the center front there, the center front panel. You cut that on the fold, but what I really like about it is it's got all the different lengths on it, so you don't have to worry about figuring out how long you want it to be. It tells you cut here if you want 112 centimeters in length, cut here if you want 127 centimeters in length, or cut here if you would like 81 centimeters in length. So I just think that is so great. It takes all that hassle out. So anyhow, so that's what I'm going to do. I have some fabrics that I want to match with it, and I'm not sure which fabric, I'm not sure which fabric I'm going to use and where. I know that these are going to be the skirt panels, this fabric here. There will be one long panel down the front, as you saw. And that will be either, I've got this cotton, this is actually not jet black, it's a sort of a deep charcoaly black, and this, I don't know what color that looks on the screen, but that is a sort of the stripe is a deeper black, and then the seersucker effect is a lighter sort of a charcoaly grey. So while it looks terrible, like it does not match on the screen here, it actually is a pretty good match. So that could be the center front panel down the front, or I have this here, and I'm not generally a stripe kind of a person, No, I don't have a lot of stripes, but I think that could look quite cool as a front panel. And then I don't know how much of the bodice I'll be able to use for the bodice pieces. Probably, yeah, so I don't know how much. And then of course there'll be the extended dolman sleeve. I don't know what fabric. I've just got some options that I can use. I made a Jenna shirt out of this recently. So let me just drape some things up, and there's that. So I think this could be, that's that seersuckery one, which, you know, either probably this or this will be the front panel. I think this tones in quite well. There's also this that I made a Joni shirt by So Liberated out of a while ago. So these could go in, here's my picture. I think ideally I would like this whole side here to be this fabric, the sleeve and the bodice and this whole side panel here. But it just depends on how much fabric I have that's usable. And perhaps for some of these panels here I might do some color blocking in here. Excuse me, you know, put some of this in here to make it a bit longer, because the front on the sundress is not ankle length, it's shorter than that. So I probably would want a longer, you know, midi dress, and I probably will want to extend the length in it. So this Lady McElroy fabric will probably be to here, and then this perhaps on the bottom. So I'm not saying to you that I'm going to mash all these fabrics into this one dress, but I'm sure there'll be bits and bobs popped in, you know, in strategic places. So hopefully, I'm not actually very good at mashing fabrics like that. My sister Sarah is really good. She makes t-shirts out of scraps, so she'll have the main part of the t-shirt in one fabric, and she'll have, you know, sleeves in another fabric, and I'm not that great at knowing what to put together. I generally just have garments that have you know, that are one fabric all the way through, and I don't pattern mash, you know, pattern mash normally. But hey ho, life's an adventure, and you know, when you get thrown a lemon, you make lemonade. I'm not really sure how it's going to turn out, but I feel quite excited about the process, about piecing it all together. So I will hopefully make a start on that tomorrow, and yeah, hopefully be able to have something to show you next week. So thanks very much for tuning in today. Please come back next week and have a look. As I say, hopefully I will have made something out of all this, and yeah, I'll see you next week. I hope you're getting loads of sewing done, and I hope you're all well and happy. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye.